Hello, this is IronBill again of Too Old to Grind with another video. Today's video is entitled Clan Activity. Right now I'm queuing into Iron Banner, ironically, as a solo queue, but this occurred after probably a couple of hours of play with Steo, PD, and Jackie in both Eater of Worlds and I believe the Leviathan Open. Now, it's safe to say that this game is best played when played together, and I will say that even though the portion we did with the Leviathan really only benefited myself for the first couple of rounds and the rest of the guys not at all in terms of game loot, it was a lot of fun to do. We just joked around and had a good time. And you know, for those of you who are afraid to jump into these activities because you're afraid that you cannot contribute, I would just encourage you to go ahead and make the jump, because it really does improve the quality of your play. Now, as to what's going on at hand, this is the second of two matches that I did tonight. The first match went horribly, even though I was loaded in on the match made side. Should have been in my favor because I was the lone solo queue player in with a clan. It turned out the clan that I was with was awful. And we got smoked pretty bad. Myself, I really didn't do well at all. I had 6 kills over the whole match, and that's pretty unusual, but it does happen. And I almost included it in the clip, but I'll just tell you that it went that badly, and I had a horrible KD, something like 0.6, because those types of things happen. And once again, just as in the activity where PvE team activity where you're afraid you can't haul your own weight, you shouldn't worry about it. Should just get in and play and have a good time and experiment with things and see what works. As for my first game, I was messing with the Vigilance Wing, and I just can't get the feel for that gun. That, and I think the map that I was trying to play was just not well suited for it, and I was trying to force it into a situation where it just was an ill fit. Now this time around, I'm relying heavily on the Graviton Lance, which is a meta weapon, but I'm not good enough to be choosy about what guns I use. I just have to use what works for me. I do a lot better, but what I'm focusing on here, though I am pushing situations, I'm also trying to keep the right distance for the gun. It is a slow rate of fire weapon, so if you get too close, you will be overwhelmed with submachine guns, hand cannons, that sort of stuff. So the main thing is to keep yourself at a medium to long range with it. And here I'm coming around the corner. I'm going to catch some guys camping the super. A little shadow shot and come around. Now that guy had a sword, and if I'd closed any more, he would have had me. But a grenade took care of that. Anyway, you see I have hot and cold patches in this match. I mean, at times I'm doing pretty well, and other times I'm making some really dumb plays. You know, even packing a meta weapon won't save you if you make poor decisions, I guess is what I would observe here. As you see, we're beginning to pull away in this match, and I'm chasing this person around the corner here, but my teammates are closing in on him. So what that really is right there, for those of you who don't play a lot of PvP, is as we were just collapsing on a player that was isolated. And that's what happens to you if you try to flank too much and get too deep into a team of 4, and I do it too. The players will collapse on you, and team shots in this game are quite fatal. So here's where I make a really bad decision. I think this is our hammer going off over here, and at first it was, but the opposing team has popped a hammer, and I jump out here to collect orbs, and it's the wrong color, and he takes me out. And that's just poor situational awareness on my part. I follow up with a couple of more bad plays here in a moment, like that one. Just kind of expose myself to the Nova Bomb. So that's back-to-back super deaths. Alright, in this situation, let's see. I grab that heavy, and I'm running a shotgun this time, which is a much better deal, especially on this map and as a hunter, where I can go invisible before I use it and close the gap. It's usually quite effective. Again, I moved away from that last fight because I would have had to close inside of the range where the Graviton Lance is effective. And I just lost my 1v1 because I was a bit weak from the first encounter. Now I want to grab this shotgun. No, not this time. But catch a person just napping here. Then another. And then you'll see a sword guy. I think he may have already cut across. So that was a nice little play. Put some hurt on that fellow. And my teammate finishes him off. Now I had no idea at this point how well I was doing or how poorly, because, you know, when I'm playing, and I don't worry too much about what my score is. And honestly, I'm always surprised to see what it is. And I think that's why I can be okay with the game. You know, in the past, in Destiny 1, I would worry too much about what my score was, and it really stifled the way I would play, rather than playing relaxed. Okay, here's another shadow shot. I almost do this smart. Alright, almost I say, because I kill this person and then get greedy and jump out here and expose myself too much. That should have been an easy cleanup, and I pretty much just gave myself up in the process. Too many people out there to kill, even in a snare. I decided to jump back in to the fight. Oh, and by the way, my strategy on this map always is, and I should point out, you want C and A. B doesn't really help you that much. If you really want to control the map, in my opinion, C and A works. Okay, so I get this guy, and I just didn't close quickly enough on the second guy, although I got credit for it in the end. Yeah, you want C and A on that particular map. There's just very quick movement in between, and plus there's power ammo in one or two places, and it's just easy to control the whole thing. Okay, got that one. I begin to notice a little pressure there. I back out, come back into the fight invisible, but my teammates have already cleaned it up.
You captured Zone A. Power play. All zones held.
And you see we're over 100 now, and the outcome is not in doubt. It's just a matter of what the score is going to be.
Zone C lost.
Okay, they're all down there. And then I think I hear a colony, which is why I backed off. And these two come through the hallway. And come back. Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry, right there is where I thought I heard the colony. That's why I left that guy. And this other fellow crosses in front of me. And he's right here. Shotgun from that range. Hard to believe that I would have put any damage on him, but I did. Oh, get out of my way. I get one of them, but I'm too weak for the second. And there we go. In the end, if I can take somebody out of their super, I'm happy to trade.
Zone B captured. Zone A lost.
Now here comes a weird sequence. I decided to go up the middle for the first time, which the way map movement had been, turns out that wasn't a very good idea, because the enemy had been moving through the middle mostly because we controlled the outside. And I put some damage on this person, take him down. I see more over here. And shadow shot, but really don't snare that guy. Misplaced it. He runs inside and I chase. And close a little more than I should, and almost got killed in the process. And then his buddy comes in behind, and I jump outside, and I really thought I'd missed it, but I got it. Almost fell off. Jump up, and he's come across too. And look where he's at. Right behind me, completely unaware. And I still missed the kill. That's some
Undeniable.
funny stuff. And that's the end of the match. And when I saw the results, I'd have to admit I was quite surprised. Pretty good game, for me anyway. With that, I'll close. This is Iron Bill, Tool to Grind.
Shacks over
Thanks for
sulfates and
watching.
witches. So do I.